True. Let's go to Karma Green, we steady on the rise. Digging truth from ancient scenes, we open blinded eyes. Rhyme sharp like pirates' lines, we break the bondage tight. Kamji speaking revolution, keep the fire burning. The drums guide our stride, we march with purpose proud. No more silence, we collide, our voices thunder loud. Politics and history, we stitch them in every verse. From Pharaoh's throne to Yaoundé streets, we claim the Kamji verse.
Tension fills the courtroom at the International Court of Justice in The Hague. Sudan has just accused the United Arab Emirates of complicity in what it's calling a genocide in the Darfur region. It alleges that the Gulf state shipped weapons to the Rapid Support Forces, who've been battling the Sudanese army since 2023.
The direct logistic and other support that the UAE has provided and continue to provide to the RSF and their affiliated militia has been continue to be the primary driving force behind genocide now taking place.
Last year, the UN's High Commission for Human Rights said it received documented proof of ethnically motivated violence, harassment, and arrests in the Darfur and Al Jazeera states. But the RSF is not the only warring party accused of violence. Last month, the UNHCR also said it was deeply shocked by airstrikes by the Sudanese armed forces, which reportedly killed hundreds of civilians shortly before it recaptured the country's capital of Khartoum. Sudan said it wants the UAE to pay reparations to compensate victims of the war. For its part, the UAE denies supporting the rebels and has dismissed Sudan's case as political theater.
The real motive and sole objective of the applicant, who is one of the warring parties, is to misuse the court, to make their false accusations against my country, and to deflect from their own responsibility for this war and their violations of international law.
As the case makes its way through the court, Sudan's war shows no signs of letting up as it edges into its third year. The conflict has claimed tens of thousands of lives and has displaced millions. Aid organizations and the UN claim it is the world's worst humanitarian crisis.
The governor of the Darfur region, Mini Arko Minawi, said on Wednesday that the Sudanese government lacks a unified vision to end its war with the Rapid Support Forces, RSF, and criticized the government roadmap he claimed could lead to the country's division. Minawi, who leads the Sudan Liberation Movement, oversees a joint force of armed factions, primarily from Darfur, that fights alongside the army. To this moment, there is no real working group within the government handling the issue of ending the war, and there is no unified vision in this regard, Minawi said in an interview with the BBC, scheduled to air on Saturday. He stated that he was not involved in drafting the roadmap the Sudanese government presented to the United Nations, adding that he objects to some of its clauses, particularly those he fears could lead to the division of Sudan. On March 10th, Sudan submitted the roadmap to the UN, outlining a vision and practical steps to halt the conflict and arrange for a post-war transitional phase. The plan called for a ceasefire coinciding with the RSF's withdrawal from Khartoum, Kordofan states, and El Fasher in North Darfur. It proposed that RSF forces gather in designated areas in Darfur within 10 days. The roadmap allocated 3 months for the return of displaced persons and the delivery of aid, followed by a 6-month period to restore water, electricity, health, and education services. Subsequent steps would include negotiations on the future of the RSF, the formation of an independent government, and the launch of a comprehensive UN-sponsored intra-Sudanese dialogue within the country. Minawi urged the international community to pressure the United Arab Emirates if it genuinely seeks to change the situation, stating that the UAE bears significant responsibility for the events in El Fasher. The situation in the city of El Fasher is catastrophic, and there is deliberate targeting of the population and infrastructure by the Rapid Support Forces, he added. He described the battle for El Fasher as an imbalanced fight between an army with limited capabilities and the RSF, which he said receives direct support from the UAE. Food has been entirely depleted in El Fasher, as the RSF has blocked supplies and relief from reaching the city it has besieged since April 2024. All water sources, markets, shops, and most health facilities have also been destroyed. during its persistent attempts to seize control of El Fasher. The RSF has committed extensive violations, including mass killings, ethnically motivated violence, sexual violence, destruction of livelihoods, and raids on homes, displacement camps, and shelters. Minawi criticized the UAE's involvement in the Quad mediation mechanism. How can it be part of a mediation to end the war when it is the one that ignited it? He asked. He argued that the Sudanese government must directly rearrange its relationship with the UAE before discussing any peace process. The UAE refuses to stop the war in Sudan and seeks to impose peace according to colonial terms. And we reject this type of settlement. Minawi continued. On September 12th, the Quad, comprising the United States, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and the UAE, proposed a plan to end the Sudan conflict based on a 3-month humanitarian truce, followed by a permanent ceasefire and a comprehensive political process. The UAE provides a continuous supply of advanced military hardware, including drones, to the RSF, which allegedly smuggles most of the gold from mines in its areas of control back to the Gulf state. Minawi endorsed the participation of the former ruling National Congress Party in the intra-Sudanese dialogue, viewing it as part of the political landscape. However, he rejected the RSF's involvement, stating, "They are fighting us now and committing war crimes." He also called on the government to hand over ousted President Omar al-Bashir and his aides to the International Criminal Court, ICC, and to ratify the Rome Statute, the court's founding treaty. The ICC is seeking Bashir and 2 of his senior officials, Abdel Rahim Muhammad Hussein and Ahmed Haroun, for alleged war crimes and crimes against humanity committed during the counterinsurgency campaign in Darfur.
Truths go to Karma Green, we steady on the rise. Digging truth from ancient scenes, we open blinded eyes. Rhyme sharp like pirates' lines, we break the bondage tight. Kamji speaking revolution, keep the fire burning. Chill drums guide our stride, we march with purpose proud. No more silence, we collide, our voices thunder loud. Politics and history, we stitch them in every verse. From Pharaoh's throne to Yaoundé streets, we claim the Kamji verse.